Hey everyone, we have a big event in advertising come up this week. It is the big game, and everyone's real excited about it. And there's lots of trends to break down, especially as it comes to public relations and branding and how the advertising around the big game is going to affect your company. And so we're meeting today with the Vice President of Public Relations for MHP TMSI, Kristen Nicholson, to discuss any trends and predictions coming up for the big game this year. Kristen, how's it going?
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Cool. So let's start off by looking back to last year. A lot of companies halted their spending because of the pandemic. It wasn't a good public relations opportunity to spend at the big event. And so this year, do you see that trend continuing, or do you think companies are going to ramp up their spending again?
I think they're going to ramp up their spending, but I feel like you'll see a trend when it comes to the type of content you're going to see. So we're still in this COVID era. We'll probably still be that for the next year or so. And you're seeing a trend when it comes to social and corporate responsibility. That trend's been going, before the pandemic. It's super important to millennials and very important to Gen Z. They want to spend their money with corporations that they feel good about, that are doing really great stuff for not only the environment, but they're socially responsible. And then we're also in this era of the great resignation. So not only do consumers want to spend money with companies that they feel good about, but they want to work for companies that they feel good about. So I really feel like you're going to see that trend in the content, and then also an overall trend of health and wellness, because again, we're still in that COVID era, and health and wellness have become an instrumental aspect of our overall life.
Yeah, those are really good points. How do you think the emotional get you in your feels type of ads work to improve the reputation of a large business?
I have seen where it has worked and sometimes it has backfired, because the emotions that is, you know I'm thinking back last year of Jeep. Jeep enlisted um, the boss, and with Springsteen, and it kind of backfired. And it was very emotional, um, but he's not everyone's cup of tea. So there was some political undertones there, and then it came up that he had a DUI. So they yanked that ad, but it was very emotional. And people either want to laugh or they want to cry, and so you kind of walk that fine line. And I feel like the big game is the opportunity to showcase that type of emotions, whether you're laughing or you're crying. But as advertisers and marketers, you've got to think through all those elements to make sure that you're hitting the right chord.
All right. So, well, a lot of the people watching this video, I'm guessing we're not going to have the marketing officer for Coca-Cola or Jeep watching this video, but some people watching this video might be small business owners or people who work in marketing for a mid-size or smaller company. Do you ever see the trends from the Super Bowl trickle down to smaller companies that are not able to advertise at the Super Bowl, but they can advertise digitally online or on local television?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's really everyone's goal, is to have a campaign, an advertising campaign that leaves someone feeling something, or have someone talking about what they saw at the water cooler. Even though the water cooler these days is not the same at an office, but to be able to get that trending content online is definitely going to be the end goal, no matter what size your company is. So uh, and I think now, digital, it's even more valuable than having $1 million ad during the big game. It's creating that engaging content, that water cooler type of talk online, that you're going to get the most bang for your buck. And no matter what size of company you have, whether you're a small business or an enterprise level corporation, that type of trend-worthy, engaging content is attainable online with the right idea.
Right. Um, That's some really good insight for the people who might be watching this video today. Let's take a fun moment and look back at past Super Bowls. Out of any Super Bowl ad you can remember, what would you say is the best one?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I feel like Budweiser always brings it every year, from for both the emotional aspect and the humor aspect. So their Clydesdales have always been, kind of emotional. Um, but then you also have the humor of Bud Light. So I feel like they always bring it. Um, and I'm trying to think of others, but yeah, I feel like Bud Light probably always is going to be one of my top five.
Awesome. And then if you could produce a Super Bowl commercial for yourself, what would happen? What would be the premise?
Oh, wow. Now I'm going to have to really get creative here. I feel like in order to have a really trend-worthy commercial, there's got to be elements of pop culture in there. You're going to have some cameo um, visits by some appearances by, I don't know, Cardi B, or, maybe I would like to see a mashup of, let's see, maybe like Cardi B and the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, I don't know. I feel like some that two polar ends of the spectrum, but yeah, definitely tap into some pulp culture.
Okay, awesome, cool. Well, thanks so much for talking today, and looking forward to seeing what comes from the big game this weekend, and then maybe in a couple weeks we'll look back at the most impactful ads and what went well, what went wrong. So, thanks for meeting with us today.